The Archaeological Survey of India officially installed the warning sign at the main gate. It bars entry the moment the sun drops behind the horizon, leaving the massive, roofless ruins of Bhangarh to the darkness. This city was founded in 1573 by Raja Bhagwan Das for his son, Madho Singh. At its height, Bhangarh was a sprawling royal center with 9,000 homes, expansive bazaars, and multi-story palaces rising above the Aravalli Hills. The city's downfall is traditionally blamed on a sorcerer named Singya. Legend says he became obsessed with Princess Ratnavati and attempted to enslave her using a magically enchanted perfume. Ratnavati discovered the plot and threw the bottle against a boulder, which then rolled over and crushed the sorcerer. As he died, Singya reportedly cursed the city, claiming everyone within it would die and their souls would remain trapped in the ruins forever. This narrative provides the foundation for the fort's modern reputation. The combination of local lore and the government's restricted hours has made Bhangarh the most famous haunted site in Asia. Modern visitors continue to report the same sensory details: the sharp sound of breaking bangles, the muffled echoes of women crying, and the sudden, inexplicable scent of perfume in the air. Tourists often describe the sensation of being followed through the empty stone corridors, sometimes catching glimpses of dark, formless shapes moving just at the edge of their vision. Film crews have claimed their equipment failed the moment they entered the inner gates, and the site's own security guards refused to patrol the interior of the fort after dark. These reports are consistent across thousands of visitors. Regardless of one's belief in the supernatural, the environment at Bhangarh appears to trigger a predictable set of physical and sensory responses in the people who enter it. The forensic investigation begins with the fact that there is no historical evidence Princess Ratnavati or the sorcerer Singya ever left. The curse appears to be a purely narrative construction passed down through generations. While the curse is fiction, the physical dread people feel is real, caused by infrasound. These sound waves vibrate below 20 Hz. We cannot hear them, but our bodies are highly sensitive. Research shows a 19 Hz frequency causes the human eyeball to resonate. This vibration creates distortions in our peripheral vision, which the brain often interprets as gray, flickering shadows. Simultaneously, the pressure from these waves triggers a biological fight-or-flight response, causing chills and sudden panic. Bhangarh's roofless stone structures are uniquely shaped to catch the wind. As air rushes through these chambers, the architecture itself acts as a massive natural infrasound generator. This geological context is also critical. Bhangarh is located in a high-risk seismic zone within the Aravalli Range. Minor earth movements and shifting stones produce the exact low-frequency vibrations that lead to these physical symptoms of haunting. The invisible presence many visitors feel is a measurable physiological reaction to the fort's specific geological and acoustic environment. The auditory reports of crying and screams align with the behavior of the nocturnal wildlife in the Sariska Tiger Reserve, which borders the fort. Striped hyenas are common here. Their natural vocalizations are human-like and, from a distance, sound indistinguishable from a person wailing or screaming in distress. The leopards and macaques that live in the ruins explain the stalker phenomenon. These animals are highly camouflaged and move silently through the rubble, creating the sensation of being watched by a hidden presence. Beyond physics and biology, the human brain contributes to these experiences through suggestibility. Research indicates that when people are told a location is haunted, they are 20% more likely to report feeling terror in an empty room. This is compounded by pareidolia. Our brains evolved to find human faces and figures in random patterns, causing us to see ghosts in the jagged shadows and crumbling masonry of the fort. The haunting is the result of nocturnal animal calls and a brain that has been socially conditioned to find spirits in the debris. If there was no supernatural curse, we are left with the historical question: why did a thriving city of 9,000 people actually disappear? In 1783, a catastrophic famine known as the Chalisa Akal devastated North India. Driven by extreme El Niño weather patterns, the drought rendered Rajasthan unlivable for years. The survivors did not flee a sorcerer's curse, they fled a total collapse of their food and water supply. Bhangarh was abandoned because the environment could no longer sustain human life. The ghost story survives because it is easier to process. A curse with a specific villain feels more significant than the random, chaotic reality of a climate disaster that forced thousands of people from their homes. Understanding the science of fear and the reality of this famine doesn't make the ruins less compelling. As Marie Curie suggested, when we move toward understanding, the world becomes less frightening and far more interesting.